Hey there, how you doing? Welcome to Soulvine. We're just doing a quick check-in with this full moon energy in Scorpio. Definitely been feeling it, and as I'm connecting to people and just different experiences that I think have been going on right now with the energy. So let's just see what's coming in for this full moon and how we can support you right now, because I feel there's an important message that wants to come on through. So let's have a peek. I mean, could you get it any more clear right now? We've got the death energy, Scorpio energy right here showing up. We've got the lovers energy. Okay, let's get a little bit further, a little bit deeper. This full moon energy, what do we need to know? We've got the Six of Wands. We've got the Three of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, and then the Two of Cups. Okay, let me just fix up. Here we go. All right. Well, Pisces, there seems to be something about dynamic, a relationship, perhaps a choice in relationship, or something that has ended and now forming, something new that's coming in that feels like there's a positive change on the horizon, okay? In addition to this positive change, you're moving to a place of just, I feel more freedom and more peace with whatever's coming in. This Eight of Wands too, I think there's potential communication here, if not already, about showing up in a dynamic or people showing up together and working towards something. People are invested here, okay? Some of you, if there had been some difficulty around a partnership of some kind, again, while this is showing up quite strongly in love dynamics, this could be any type of relationship that has, strong meaning to you. It seems here that there is, like I said, this freedom and peace that as you look forward, but there's also further talks about where this is potentially going and the way that you guys want to invest, or the way that you guys want to work together and come together and make something grow. There is this this new energy with this Ace of Cups that's being infused here. While this could be a newer relationship for some of you that's entering, because you have ended a certain situation or come to a close of something within yourself, knowing that you kind of need to shut down some energy, some person or some situation to open up the love and the care and the support that you also want in a relationship dynamic. Whatever new is coming in, while there can be some doubt, or feeling a little bit stuck, especially if you've been in survival mode in the past, especially when there is this new, that feeling I'm talking about, where there is something that is emotionally connected. There is something that is sparking the heart, opening up your heart space. And I just feel like there's this new beginning shining a light. But for some of you, I feel it's a new phase. For some of you, I feel it's a new connection. So take which one resonates for you. But I am sensing too, sometimes, there may be things that come up mentally that you think about, that you question, and maybe gives you like that little bit of, is it just what I'm thinking? Is it, what are the things that present itself sometimes that just gets you maybe feeling a little bit fearful? That's what this feels like. Maybe for some of you too, there are things that are coming up that you're thinking about. Maybe you want to talk about, maybe you want to question, maybe you want to let it go. But it is too about this connection, about a connection, a commitment. For some of you, I feel like this could also be a choice, or recognizing here again, there's some sort of peace, but I feel there could be, again, a little bit underneath that is tethering a little bit in a way of thoughts and feelings. And yeah, I'm just getting a little sense of doubt around something, but I feel like this could be some form of, not necessarily a trigger, because that's, a pretty significant word of that we can use often. But I just get a sense here that there's something that's coming up for you that you're thinking about around this connection. Maybe you're questioning, is this the one? Is this the person? Is this going the distance or the yards, or this feeling? Is this something different? You do have the Four of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Two of Swords, and then the Four of Wands. So this could also be about too, whether someone is feeling the same way that you're feeling. Maybe you're noticing someone's energy has just shifted a little bit. Maybe you're recognizing for some of you that if there is a choice in love, one that feels you, one that doesn't. But there seems to be some decision or choice around some partnership. So let's dive in a little bit deeper and see what this is over this period. Let's have a look underneath at the challenge and influence over this connection or situation right now. Okay, you've got the Strength energy. So that's an energy of being, more controlled, more tempered in your approach on how, maybe that you're dealing with something. Maybe, again, there's this part of you that wants to step up and wants to express something here. Maybe you're holding back. Maybe you're thinking about, too, your own approach towards something. I feel like you want to step out here and connect in and move in a certain direction. And maybe there's a little bit of fear of it because of where you have been before, but something feels different about this connection, right? You're looking at the future. There's something, like I said, peaceful and supportive. And if you haven't connected to this energy, I feel that there's a space for this energy, person or situation to come on in. I can see as well, again, there could be a little bit of a pause or a little bit of a step back to really look at this situation and assess how you feel. Maybe right now you aren't making decisions. Some of you could have more than one party that you're looking at and connecting into. But let's dive in a little bit further and see where this is all going. Okay, we've got the Queen of Wands energy with the Judgment. What else do we need to know here, Spirit? We've got the King of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Two more, thank you. We've got the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Temperance. So I feel for some of you, I do feel like someone is very connected or feels very attracted to you. I also get a sense here that there's some form of values and ways that you guys connect and show up towards something here. I do feel you're feeling more confident about yourself and where you're going and where you're leading, and what you're focusing on. And it does seem to be around some form of stability or some form of successful, I'll say engagement, not physical engagement, but engagement in a sense of, the way that you're seeing them, they're seeing you. There's something here about the stability and holding the space for someone to lead here in a really strong way. It's interesting though, because for someone here, there could be more of a focus on their work right now, on building up their financial life, their financial stability, and maybe someone's trying to better themselves here, and maybe that's where they're putting a lot of time, energy, and effort. I'm just getting there's a little undercurrent of, it just keeps coming up here, a little fluttery, like anxiousness around something here for some reason. With this Knight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Temperance. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have, there seems to be something about taming something. I don't know what that taming is of maybe someone's nature or the way that they show up. That could be a little bit of the doubt that kicks in. Maybe someone here is quite independent. Maybe someone is quite free in the way that they operate, the way that they show up. Maybe as well, there's something here about a child that they put a lot of time, effort, and energy in. If there's children involved, maybe there is someone else that they're giving to in some regard. But for a lot, it could be work related. But I'm just getting a sense here that this seems fun, this connection. There seems some vibrancy and fun to it. But I think there's also this part too of the way someone shows up around something. I feel like perhaps, again, if this person is like wildly independent, you know, they're not necessarily come in and out energy, but they have an energy where they're doing their thing, and which is fine to do their own thing, because we know you do your own thing too. But there seems a sense here of standing up and speaking what you need to speak, because there's also, like I said, about values and about stability of this connection, and the role someone plays here, that I think for you it's like you've got a little bit of a question mark for some reason around this situation. You know, should I go into partnership with them if this is work? You know, is this role going to give me, you know, if this is a job, is this position going to give me what I need? Is this going to allow me to grow and flourish? If this is, you know, specifically about love and a partnership, will they be able to give me also what I need? Or are they too strongly independent? Or are they, you know, just focused on other things right now? There's some question mark here about how much that they can truly show up. But I don't know what the question mark is specifically. It just seems like there's a little bit of doubt or a little bit of worry, right? And it could be part of this healing process with this Scorpio full moon. This is about death and rebirth. This can be about relationships and marriage. It's all going to be different subject to where it sits specifically in your birth chart at this point in time. But what I do sense is there's a part of cracking open and a part of looking at things and seeing things and feeling into things in your own time, right? I don't feel there's a rush, but I feel like there's something here that maybe you want to slow down a little bit, right? Because the Chariot, while it is a determined energy and fast energy, that's what maybe you're trying to stay a little bit controlled, or maybe they're trying to stay a little bit more controlled in the way of showing up to this situation, to try and make sure that what you're reflecting on and what you're receiving and what you're noticing, you know, you're not missing because of the feeling of this connection, because of the depth of this connection. I want to get just a little bit more, because I feel like there's something like, what aren't we seeing here? What are we not seeing here that we need to see? Because I feel that's the thing. There's something here we're not seeing. And it's like we want certainty, and I can understand that, right? The only thing that's certain is the way we show up. I think there's, you know, I remember with my background in financial advisory, that was my initial background, right? And when we would do presentations, you know, a lot in terms of certainty is taxes and death. That's just was, you know, kind of the saying. And there's something here about wanting certainty, but reality is when there's two people involved, the only thing that's certain here is you and the way you show up in that situation. So let's see what's kind of hidden here that we need to see. Okay, so there's something about your intuition, Pisces, that you're being asked to look at, reflect on, feel into. And then you've got Angel of Love. Okay. What else do we need to know? Thank you, Spirit. Door to personal healing and happiness, and door to value. This seems really positive, you know. For some of you, there could be, and door to romance. I mean, this is a very strong, powerful connection that's coming on in. But I think some of you are still going through, you know, a healing process. And this is where naturally doubt can come in, or challenges, you know, from a mindset perspective. Because sometimes I think the reality is, as much as we want consistency, no one's perfect, and things aren't going to be the same every single day if you're expecting that. And that's a hard thing to program. There's difference in consistency when you know when someone's interested, you know when someone's cared. They have different ways that they may show it, but there's a consistency in, you know, what comes out of their mouth. Do they show up for you? Do they say what they say and do what they, you know, say, kind of thing? That's a difference in consistency, right? But again, if you're expecting someone to show up the same way every day, you know, that's a different thing in respect of just people get busy or things come up. But what I'm sensing here, again, there seems to be a lot around, I feel like, safety and stability in a situation. And a lot of you here, I feel, are getting downloads or feeling, maybe you're getting visions too of this life, of this future with this person. But I do sense that there's some healing. I think healing personally and also perhaps financially, right? In terms of whatever is happening here. But it also seems too like this person or this situation is this is a heart that has a key. So, you know, something that's being unlocked, something that's been open, and that can be scary, right? Because loving someone, opening up and being free in that, it does also, present opportunity for that person to hurt you and vice versa. Again, how are we looking at the situation, I think ultimately is what's coming in, because the way it's coming across, it's okay to take a breath and be okay step by step on this journey, because I really do feel that whoever is here and whoever is showing up, there's a lot of depth here. There's a lot of care here. I think naturally you guys are probably healing and working together. Yeah, look at that. So some of you could be healing your financial situation. This is what's coming through a fair bit here around this dynamic too. So this could also be about fueling your own heart, your own soul, because the yin yang energy, again, is that soulmate energy. It's the harmony, the balance of two coming together. I feel really positive about this, Pisces. And like I said, it's okay to take a breath, take a step back, take it day by day. But I can see that there's quite a strong idea of future with this connection and it evolving. But I do sense that there's just a little bit of sensing here, a little bit of fear around something. And again, I think it's quite natural, as I said. And I think it's nice to enjoy and just have some fun with it. So we'll see what kind of unfolds and unwraps here over this full moon. So whatever something's ending, there's definitely something opening up and cracking open as well. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.